8:33 now, and from violent riots to officers hugging protesters, the last several days in Indianapolis have been extremely tense at times, but hopeful at other times. IMPD is in the middle of this all, trying to keep the peace. Joining me live right now is Metro Police Chief Randall Taylor. Thanks for talking with us this morning. Chief Taylor, we know that the protests will continue today for the sixth straight day. Monday, we saw an officer and a protester hug, but we've really seen a lot more tense moments, not to mention all the destruction that's downtown. So in your opinion, did that hug, that one act, change anything? And what are you expecting as we head into today, day 6?
Well, let me just say that, over the last couple days, last night and the day before that, we've really seen a change in the people that have been down here protesting, much more calm, peaceful. I mean, they still had their message, but not nearly the level of destruction that we experienced on the Friday and Saturday. So I'm very appreciative to those groups who came down and really just wanted to express their feelings and their message. It's like I've told some of them, when violence comes about and destruction comes about, I think the message gets lost. But when you do it peacefully, it certainly catches the ear of I believe, the people they want to hear what they're saying, myself included. So very appreciative of them. The protest yesterday, or day before, I should say, with the hugging with Lieutenant Rollinson and Sergeant Stewart, I thought that went miles to help build a bridge and a relationship with that particular group. And I hope that will continue, not only with that group, but with other groups. We're certainly willing to listen. That's always been our policy. That's always been our stance. So we'll continue along that route as long as we can.
And Chief, Mayor Hogsett has said he wants an updated use of force policy from you. So on the other end of the spectrum, in the videos we've seen, some police interactions were caught on video, including tear gas used on peaceful protesters. Also, police using their nightsticks on one protester. Many of us have seen that. And protesters are also saying they want changes. They want to see changes in the department. So in these recommendations that you give to Mayor Hogsett, will we see changes? And if so, what are they? When will we learn about this?
Well, we always reevaluate how things go, kind of an after action plan. So, we do that whether there's complaints or not. I've seen the videos, the ones with the tear gas. I've spoken to people that were involved in that and apologized to them. I don't know that there's honestly going to be a change with that. Officers are responding to violent acts that may not be in some citizens' immediate area, but tear gas is not specific, right? It has a tendency to drift. I can't do anything about that. But the one with the particular church group, we spoke to that leader. He was very understanding of what happened. It certainly wasn't intent on our part to, in any of those situations, to affect people that were protesting peacefully. It's just an unfortunate outcome with tear gas. When things are going on that the officers have to respond to, then they have to deploy certain things.
And Chief Taylor, before I don't want to cut you off, but I want to get this in before we let you go. One name that we have heard locally during these protests is that of Dre'Jon Reed. We know that the family of Dre'Jon Reed just released some new video through their attorney showing what some witnesses captured in the moments after he was shot. They say he was tased and on the ground, and they say he was motionless. So I want to get your reaction to that video. I know they're speaking later on today. Have you seen the video? And I want to get your thoughts on it.
I have not seen the video, but I don't know that I would dispute that he ran and was tased and was at some point on the ground. So, I don't know how that changes anything. But, at some point I'll watch that, and I'm still waiting for all of that investigation to complete. And once I'm able to look at that as a whole, then I'll have a better understanding of what we believe transpired out there.
All right, Metro Police Chief Randall Taylor, we know there's a lot to talk about. We thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
All right.